No, 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 Freddy, why must you do this to me?
I'll give Harry Thomas a nightmare this Halloween he'll never forget.
No! Ooh, it was just a dream. Well, happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. A Nightmare on Elm Street, directed by Wes Craven, and is the original 1984 horror classic that tells the story of Nancy Thompson, played by Heather Lampenden, as she confronts uh, the devil of dreams, Freddy Krueger himself, played by Robert Englund, to stop him from murdering all of her friends whenever they fall asleep. Happy Halloween, folks, and I thought if I don't review this movie this year, I'll never get round to it. This is a movie I've been meaning to, talk about on my channel for years, but I finally remembered this year to review it for you all, because how could I not review this one? I mean, yeah, this is probably my favorite horror movie, period. We already know it's leagues better than its 2010 remake, but yes, I think it's better than Scream and Friday the 13th, and all of them. And this was the horror flick that put Wes Craven on the map and made him the greatest horror director in history. And this film was heavily influenced and inspired by the traumatic dreams and PTSD that soldiers that have been through war has. And initially, Disney was a studio that Wes Craven went to yeah, make the movie with him, but of course Disney wanted to make it more family oriented, which was not what Wes Craven was looking for. He was not gonna go light with this one, and uh, so New Line Cinema was the studio that agreed to help Wes Craven make the film exactly to his vision. Never has a horror movie made my skin crawl more or unsettled me, or made me more terrified to go to sleep for an instant more than this one. Who will be able to sleep soundly after watching this? This was always the horror movie that terrified my mum more than any other, and I don't blame her. But that's what makes Nightmare on Elm Street so awesome, and why it succeeds in what it set out to do. Because if it kind of creep us out as much as it did, and uh, then it did its job as a horror. Nancy Thompson as our protagonist, she it may be the number one horror movie protagonist ever. Yes, I'd even put her above Sydney from Scream, just marginally above Sydney, living with her mum, and she's really well got nerves of steel to confront, the uh, the most evil horror villain ever, Freddy Krueger, and to rescue her friends in her neighborhood. So she is uh, she is extremely caring, and looks out for others in that way. And she's badass as fuck. Yeah. Even Johnny Depp has a role in this movie. One of his very first roles as Glenn, and a way younger Johnny Depp back in 1984. Robert Englund, we all know, is the true definitive Freddy Krueger, and my my god, is the definition of evil incarnate. I mean, the fact that he was a child murderer and the parents of the victims burnt him alive, and now his ghost still murders people in their sleep. Rarely has a horror villain had a backstory that's dark and that messed up. And yeah, and whenever a character in this movie goes up against Freddy or encounters him, you're like, oh, they have a death wish, because not only does Freddy have ultra razor sharp claws on one of his hands, but he, in dreams, he's literally capable of doing anything, because dreams are a world that are entirely our own. And the concept of being killed in your nightmares is one that will raises your fear level off the charts, because in our dreams we're supposed to feel safe. So and when in Tina's nightmare, when she encounters Freddy and his arms extend and he uses his claw hands to slice off the fingers of his other hand, and blood spills out of them, and then Tina's body is floating up in the air as she's screaming. I mean, holy shit! The screams in this movie are they are extremely well performed and feel like genuine screams and panic. And even the music in the Freddy Krueger nightmare killing scenes make the scene sound like a matter of life and death every time. Jason Voorhees would make me run for cover if I met him on a dark night, sure, but Freddy, well, I fear even more than Jason. And the death of that dude on the bed when Freddy makes him sink into the bed in his sleep, and the TV goes with him, and then just a tsunami of blood pours out of the bed. That is the gore fest of the century. You just want to throw up after watching that. Yeah, I mean, wow. They used the budget with the fake blood, all right, and Nancy's nightmare and encounter with Freddy in the bath. That scene was done using a bottomless bathtub specifically constructed by the special effects team. Poor Nancy can't even take a bath without being bothered by and nearly killed by Freddy. And the ending was initially going to be a little different, but New Line and the studio insisted to, whereas that the ending be more of a twist ending. So you can tell the ending is a compromise between what the director wanted and what the studio wanted, and and so Nancy luckily does survive after all that. So this horror flick doesn't kill off too many characters, unlike others. Luckily, her mum and some of her friends are alive after her final battle with Freddy. I mean, well, if she could go toe-to-toe with Freddy Krueger, she could go toe-to-toe with any horror villain, even the hash-slinging slasher. So, yeah, overall, adore A Nightmare on Elm Street 1984. This is the dope horror classic that no other horror has quite left an impact on me since.
I give A Nightmare on Elm Street 1994 5 stars out of 5. Best horror movie ever.
So yes, happy Halloween to you all, and I've got my Halloween sweets here, which I am going to hand out to the trick-or-treaters tonight. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And what are your thoughts on Nightmare on Elm Street 1984? And which is your favourite, the original or the 2010 remake? I don't know anyone that would pick the remake over this, but please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'll see you all next time. And Yeah, hope you have a freaking awesome Halloween, however you celebrate it or who you spend it with. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys, and boo!